Howdy, folks. Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And I am a little tired, and the voice is about shot, because as you can tell, especially if you follow me on Twitter, I went to the Kiss concert last night here in Salt Lake. So here's how things went. Now, first of all, from a gaming standpoint, in this video, we're going to talk about the Epic Game Store, and we're going to talk about their exclusives that they got coming up. They got Far Cry 6 and Alan Wake Remastered. Those are just two that I know of. But we're going to get into that whole thing in a minute. But I got to tell you this real quick little story here, so you can understand the state that I'm in. So yesterday, our friends fly in to Salt Lake International, and we go pick them up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The show doesn't start until 7:30, but that's not enough time to like come home and do anything. It's just, basically we got to figure out something to do until we go over to the concert venue. So everybody was hungry, so we decided, well, let's go get some sushi. And I had looked up some places and so forth. So we find this place in West Valley City, which is part of the greater Salt Lake area, that is near the venue. And it's called Bonsai Teppanyaki. Yeah, shout out to you guys. So, my buddy Chris, I've talked about this before, he is a gigantic foodie. And when I say that, I mean like on Yelp, he is like one of the top reviewers on Yelp for restaurants and so forth. He's got all the little badges for several years in a row, thousands of reviews, that whole thing. So we go in there, and it's the four of us, and they had Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Taiwanese, I think it was Taiwanese food, all on the same menu. A gigantic menu, all kinds of stuff. They had pho. Other people, I think you're supposed to say pho, but I say pho. They had sushi. They had all the, regular, cashew chicken, all that stuff. They just had a gigantic menu, and it was actually my buddy Chris, and coming from him, this is saying something. He says probably the biggest menu he'd ever seen. So we got a whole bunch of stuff. We just a bunch of mix of stuff and everything else, and it was actually fantastic. It was very good. So we were pleased with that, but we were stuffed, of course. And so we head over. We have a place here called Crumble Cookie. Some of you guys probably have it here at different. And it's in a few states. It's basically a company. All they do is cookies, and they're big. They're like this big, and you get them in a box of like 4, and they have different flavors that rotate every week. And when they come to visit, our friends come to visit, they want to get crumble because they don't have it where they are. And so they get a big box of it, and I can't eat nothing, neither can my wife, but they decide, well, we'll take it to the concert, and when we tailgate, if you guys you want some dessert by then or whatever. So we're going in, and then we get to the venue, and of course we had to tailgate just for a little bit before we decided to go in and all that. And we get into the venue, and of course finally, they do sell beer there, so I was fine. I didn't get one at the restaurant, and I'm like, I'll get one at the concert. The beers, the tall boys, are like $18 for a beer. It's like one of the reasons why I won't be doing concerts probably anymore. And then like t-shirts. This is an older t-shirt that I'm wearing here from back in the day. That I wore to the concert. Yes, I'm still wearing it. Don't judge me. You'll know why in a second. So, the t-shirts were $50 for a t-shirt, which of course I didn't buy and everything. So, get one of the beers, the $18 beers or whatever. Get in there. Now, Kiss didn't have an opening musical act. They had a guy come out that does painting. He does like this speed painting stuff, and it's really cool. And then he flips it. You can't tell what it is until he flips it upside down. That whole thing, So but by the time he got done, and then they didn't take the stage until at least 9 o'clock. Maybe a little bit later than that. I can't remember. But they didn't get done until after 11, I want to say. And it was a great show, by the way. Now, you might say, well, you're biased because you're a big Kiss fan. I got all the Kiss stuff back there and all that. I was fully going in because I had seen videos of, like, the lead singer, Paul Stanley, on this tour, and he didn't sound good on the videos I had seen on YouTube and everything. So I was fully worried that, that they were not going to be up to their usual, par. And he and Gene both had just gotten over COVID. They were fully vaccinated still. They got breakthrough cases, but, they'd gotten over it. It was an incredible show. And I'm not just saying that as a Kiss fan, because I was going in completely cynical. I was ready for a, half-ass show, so forth and everything. And I was blown away. It was damn good. Paul didn't sound as good as he did in his prime, but he also didn't sound bad. So I was pleased with that. It was a damn good show. I mean, just fantastic. So, of course, a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. I was on my feet almost the whole time. I only sat down a couple times because the lower back, the feet were killing me because standing for 2 straight hours on concrete in one spot was getting kind of, but that's why the voice is not good right now. Plus, it was an amphitheater, and it was getting cold, so, there's smoke, there was a lot of pyrotechnics and everything else, so that takes a toll on you too. And so then at the end, we go out to the parking lot, and we literally sat in the parking lot better part of an hour, I think, close to 45 minutes at least, not moving. Like, not moving at all. So finally they let us out. We don't get home until 1 o'clock in the morning. So now here's the problem. Our friends had to be at the airport no later than 5:30 in the morning. It's 1 o'clock in the morning this morning. When we get here to the house, we're 30 to 40 minutes from the airport, and I have to get up and take them in the morning. Well, in the morning. It was already fucking morning. So, literally, they went and crashed in the extra bedroom. I just crashed on the couch, basically, just like, it's only going to be like 3 hours, and we got to get it, because we had to get up at like 4, because we had to leave the house by like 4:45 at the latest to get them there on time and everything. So sure, if I get up at 4, got to sleep about 1:30, 2.5 hours sleep, some shit like that, who knows. Just grab my keys, grab it, my shit. My wife comes down, she goes with us, boom, out to the airport. 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, whatever it is. Get to the airport. We get back here to the house. I don't know what time it was, 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And, of course, it's trashy, so I had to do the trash, I had to do all their stuff. And then I crash again on the couch. And I wake up at 11 o'clock this morning, I can't even do math right now. I'm tired. However many hours of sleep collectively that is, or whatever. Still got the shirt on. I had to do some quick errands. I had to go to the P.O. box and some stuff. And so now here I am making a video. So that's the state that I'm in right now. So, yeah, show was great. Friends were great. Food was great. It was just a great day yesterday. But I am exhausted. Voice is shot. So now let's talk about the Epic Game Store. So I want to know in the comments down below. I'm going to give you my opinion, but I'd love to hear yours. What do you guys think about the Epic Game Store? They give away free games every week. Every week you get free games on there. If you want to go on there, you get 1 or 2 free games every week. So last week I think it was 3 games. Literally, they're just free. They're just different titles. They just pick one and they just make it free. And there's been some good ones. So if you didn't already know that, there you go. But the other problem is they're signing these deals, these exclusive deals. So like Far Cry 6. all my other Far Cry stuff is on the Ubisoft store. That's where, I mean, on my library of Ubisoft. So if I sign in to Ubisoft, my platform there, all my stuff is there. Now Far Cry 6 is going to be exclusive to the Epic Game Store. So now, even if you didn't want, if you're a Far Cry fan, you have to get that platform to be able to get Far Cry 6. At least that's what it looks like to me, because I didn't see it on the Ubisoft store. Alan Wake Remastered. Didn't play the first one. I played it a little bit. Listen, I'll say I own it. Played it a little bit. But now the remastered one's coming out, and it's only going to be on Epic Games Store. It's not going to be on Steam. So you can't have your stuff organized by title, like franchise, I should say. My stuff on Steam, if I enjoy a franchise, I like to have everything on my Steam account so I can see what DLC I own, all that other stuff. Now with Epic, you're going to be more sporadic in your franchise titles and so forth. Plus, I think that by them doing the exclusivity deal, they're probably getting a higher price than, say, if you went on Steam and you waited a little bit, it'd probably come down in price. It'd be a sale or whatever. Where on Epic Games, I think because it's exclusive, they're going to they keep it at a high price point. Because if you go look at the Far Cry 6 stuff on the Epic Game Store, there's like 3 different tiers. And the top one for like Far Cry 6 Ultimate or whatever is like $119. Y'all are out of control, game companies. That's ridiculous. And this is all they want you to pre-order this shit. And that's the problem. I don't know what Epic Games' return policy is compared to Steam's. Steam has a fantastic return policy. You can return a game on Steam for any reason, as long as you haven't played it over a certain number of hours. I forget what the hour threshold is. It might be 6 hours or something like that. I can't remember. As long as you haven't gone over that threshold or a certain amount of days. You have a certain amount of days or a certain amount of time and a certain amount of play hours. For any reason, you can just return it and get your money, refund it and get your money back. Any reason. You don't have to give a reason if you don't want to. Shut up, phone. So that's another thing. I like when stuff. So normally, if I was interested in Far Cry 6, and or remastered Alan Wake, if they were available on Steam, I would get them. Like, I have all my other stuff on Ubisoft for the Far Cry series, but if they had it on Steam, I'm always going to get it on Steam because of the refund policy. But now everything's going to be over at the Epic Game Store. So, I don't know. What is your opinion of them? I mean, yes, they give away free games, but they have these exclusivity deals, which kind of, I think, rubs people the wrong way. I know that a lot of people don't have a good opinion of them, the Epic Game Store. So I would be interested to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Are you going to play some Far Cry 6? Or are you going to play Alan Wake Remastered? So those are just the 2 exclusives that I know of. New World, of course, is dropping next week, so that's going to be my thing. As soon as that drops, I'm going to be spending a lot of time on that. But we'll see after that what the next thing is going to be I dive into. So anyway, guys, that's an update on me. No beer today. Right now I'm drinking, what do you call it? Mountain Dew Live Wire or whatever. I might, depending upon how I feel tonight, and how the voice is doing, I might do a live tonight for a little while. We'll see. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.